Hello. Thanks for joining me for tea time. Good morning. Still peppermint. All right, let's get into it. So, if you haven't seen it yet, there's a community post. Where's the community? In the community post, I asked what you'd like to hear about at tea time. I had a few ideas, and I said, if you have other ideas, put them in the comments. Got some already. Thank you. And then I was thinking about what to talk about today, and I realized that today is day 150. So what I've decided to talk about is, talk about the 5 months that I've been doing this fun journey. Not. And also, there was some posts online about ringing the bell when you're done with your treatment. And this is my third chemo for my fourth cancer. And I've never rung the bell. My center doesn't have a bell. And I think part of that, for me anyway, is that my treatment just kind of blurs into the next thing. So I can't remember. It's 20 years since I did the last one. 19 years. I can't remember. But I just don't seem to remember that there was like a conclusive end. Like, okay, you did your cycle. Now what? Kind of thing. And then for my lymphoma, we didn't know if the chemo had worked. So we had to do PET scans, and the first set of PET scans were not conclusive. So we had the second set. So it was, I think, 3 months post my chemo where I was finally told, yeah, we believe that we killed all the cancer. So obviously, when would you have rung the bell? When you just finished the chemo? Because even your last chemo session, you have another 3 to 6 weeks where your body is still processing that poison and killing cancer, right? So that seems kind of arbitrary to ring the bell just when you finish your chemo. Your body's still working on killing the cancer. So I don't know. And then this time, I finished the chemo. And as you all know, I'll link the video wherever it goes. Sorry. I think it's this side, but I'm not positive. I did a video a few weeks ago about I finished my chemo and what are the next steps. So as you all know, yes, this chemo cycle is done. I won't be doing this chemo again. But as a result of the surgery, as a result of the pathology and all the material they take out, there might be further steps. I might have other chemo to do. I might have different antibodies to take. I might have radiation. So this path, the treatment plan, is not over just yet. So again, should I have rung the bell when I was done with my chemo? I'm not really feeling done, honestly, right? To me, I'm not done until I get that clean pathology at this point. So that's a struggle for me. The bell represents in my brain, all done, yay, celebration. And I think that's true for others. But at least in my experience, and I've had relatively easy cancers, I don't think it's the end. It's just a milestone along the way. Should we celebrate our milestones? Absolutely. I'm not sure about the bell. That's just my opinion. All right, so back to 5 months. How am I doing? So 5 months, I think I'm doing better than I was at 4 months, so I'm celebrating that. Overall, I feel better, but I don't feel great. I still don't feel as strong as I'd like to be. I'm a little disappointed because I wanted to get more vim and vigor before the surgery. Now I still have 2 weeks or so. Is that right? I guess I have a week and a half. No, 2 weeks. That's about right. 2 weeks. Just under 2 weeks. So maybe there's still time to get that vim and vigor and build up more muscle. I did start to do a little bit of yoga, which did make me feel better. And I'm on my rebounder a little bit, but I like to do more. And I also had several days in the last week where I had a lot of movement, according to my Fitbit, like over 7,000 steps, which is nothing compared to what I used to have, but a lot compared to, how much I'm able to move now. So I do think that things are improving, not as quick as I want. So then let's go back to treating ourselves with grace and how I'm feeling overall. And I'll just make the general comment. Not unlike what the doctors tell you when you have a kid, when you have a child. It takes you 9 months to grow them, and then it takes 9 months to help your body get back to where it was. And I kind of take the same attitude with the cancer treatment. Excuse me. It took 4 or 5 months, and now I'm going to add surgery to that, so it's going to really be 6 months to kill the cancer. Hopefully my pathology is going to come back clean. So I think it's another 6 months, honestly, before I can really go back to say, feeling like my old self, so to say. And that's maybe a little bit of a misstatement from the perspective of I'm never going to be my old self. Like every one of these cancer paths that I take changes me a bit, right? I know, how do I articulate this? I struggled with this diagnosis more than the previous 3. I just felt a little hopeless initially because this was a less than 1%. And why am I getting so lucky? And, but I I'm trying to think, I don't know if I was a month or a month and a half in, and I kind of broke through that pity party. And I think maybe that's another topic either for Thursday or Sunday. It's pity parties. I'm a big proponent of the pity party, but I am not a proponent of a multi-week or month pity party. A pity party should only last a few days. And definitely, I didn't realize I was in that pity party, but I could see there was a day when I just kind of broke through it, and I felt so much better. So it made a difference. So back to 5 months. I think it's going to be another 5 or 6 months before I feel like my old vim and vigor. But to be fair, I think a few months after the surgery, assuming there's no further treatment, I should start to be much better than I am now. Like today, I noticed that the taste is not as quite as bad as all the days before. And I don't know what's causing the taste issue. It's not as bad as when I just had chemo, but it's not great. I'm getting there. So, I don't know. That was quite rambly of me today. Sorry, guys. But my tea was good. I hope your tea was good. Any thoughts on ringing the bell and getting through? Like, how much time would you give yourself to heal? It's been my experience that giving yourself the amount of time that you were treated is fair and generous and doesn't make you have expectations that are too high for your body. And if I'm, if I say it's 6 months and then I do it in 4 months, great. But at least I didn't like super stress and strain and all that kind of stuff. That's kind of my thought process. All right. Thanks for joining me for Tea Time today, and I will see you next week for Tea Time. Tomorrow's going to be a better day. Be well.